Boys are back again, ladies and gentlemen. You already know it. You're tuned into the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. I'm Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my right or left is Nick Menken. Boys are back in action. Yesterday, push day. We dropped our whale unit. Ottawa. Cap off to Ottawa. Playing hell of hockey. They're playing great hockey right now. Smackdown win yesterday. We did drop that 5% bow and arrow shot, but we cashed a 2-team parlay. That was for odds of plus 230. And then we had a 3-team parlay, odds of plus 500. The only game that didn't hit was postponed. So we're going to call it a break-even day because that was a plus 500 play. So we'll call it 5%. We'll push the day. We'll call it at that. That's what my tickets are reading. I'm up a little bit, but that's what my tickets are saying. So just to be fair with everybody else who's not risking as much money as we're risking, we're going to call it a push day. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Dirty 630 show, we're up 25% dating back to 2 weeks ago on Monday. Boys are on fire. This show is posted Monday through Friday. We try to get this up by 1 p.m. Eastern time. Now, before we get any further, Nick, how are the premiums rolling over at DocSports.com? What do you got on tap today, and how you been doing, my brother?
Yeah, we've been absolutely steamrolling here in the NBA. We had another 2-0 day on the hardwood floor with a 6-unit best bet winner with the Detroit Pistons. Keep the points. They won outright. We are back tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a 7-unit banger in the NBA side of things. That starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time alongside a 2-pack in the MLB and a 2-pack here on the ice. We're heating up on the ice as well. A nice 2-0 day yesterday there. So what do you got going on at the website, Griff?
Yeah, I was on a nice 3-0 run in NBA. I did drop last night, so I'm currently 3-1 in my last 4. I've got a 4-unit an NBA selection that goes off tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I've got a 2-pack in the NHL, 7 units loaded. I have a 4-unit on a totals play, as well as I have 3-unit on a side play. And then in the MLB side of things, I've got a 2-pack, 2+ value plays, run line plays. So if you guys are looking for some action, jump on board by all means. 5 units loaded inside of my MLB card, looking to expose about $700-800 in profit based on those risk to reward plays. But ladies and gentlemen, with all of that being said, if you're a new member to Doc Sports, head on over to DocSports.com/free60. There you can go grab yourself a free $60 account. You could use that free $60 on our premium selections, on our best bets for absolutely free. So as Nick just mentioned, he's absolutely steamrolling right now on the NBA hardwood. He's got a top play tonight, 7-unit best bet. If you guys want to jump on that play for absolutely free, head on over to DocSports.com/free60. Go grab yourself a free $60 account. If you guys don't like Nick and you like me better, as you should, well, then you head on over, grab that free $60.
Come on now.
Well, if you don't like either of us, we got 11 other handicappers over at the website. You can use that free $60 towards them as well. But with all of that being said, Nick, what kind of sauce we got dousing out today, baby?
We're sticking with that Asian zing sauce. You know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got 4 parlays in this system. We have 2-team parlays. We have 1 3-team parlay and 1 Hail Mary 4-team parlay. Let's hit it this week. I'm feeling real good about this slate. We got 4 of those games. Feeling really good about it. But Griffin and I will go off increments of $100 here. Stick to that wrist, ladies and gentlemen. You know this is a volatile system. We haven't been great with our whale bets in the last 2 days, but we will bounce back here today. Griff, talk to me about that whale bet.
Nick, I like that you just mentioned. I'm going to give you guys the backbone on the whale bet. We have not been good on the whale bet, and we have been cashing parlays left and right. We need to smack one of these whale bets, ladies and gentlemen. If we would have hit throughout this week, we'd be up roughly 45% in profit dating back to 2 weeks ago. So that's how key this bread and butter whale bet is. Now hitting you with it. So as Nick mentioned, we give out 4 parlays on this show. Each one of those parlays, you are risking 1%. And then we give out an individual selection. That individual selection, you will be risking 5%. So say all 4 of those parlays lose, you're down 4% on the day. That individual 5% whale shot hits, you are automatically in profit 1% on the day. And the volatility of this system, you guys know, and I'm going to touch up on it later on in the show. This system is peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. You hit them hard when you're up high, and then when you're low, you play calm, collective, and you get back into profit so you can rip them again. So if your $5 was 1%, you stick to that $5. And if your $25 was your 5% bow and arrow shot, you stick to that thing. But with all of that being said, it's time to get into action, baby. Lock the kids up. Call the grandmas. Get them babysitted. Let's get it rolling, baby. Time to roll. We're on the diamond. 2 teams.
Parlay time, baby. Parlay time. Let's go.
We got the Miami Marlins rolling into LA to play the Dodgers. Dodgers minus 310 on the money line. Total sitting at 9.5. We have a high total here at 9.5. This tells us not only runs are going to be scored tonight, but it also opens up a beautiful seam for a run line play. Cal Quantrill gets the start from Miami. He's been terrible. Quantrill, he's 2-2 on the year. He's got 23 innings of work and a 7.83 ERA. Atrocious. Also, his strikeout to walk diversification. 13 strikeouts, 9 walks. Absolutely terrible. By no means impressive. This is backed up by a team who's 4-9 on the road, 4-6 in their last 10 games, and currently on a 4-game losing streak. Give me the Dodgers at home with a 14-3 record on the run line, odds of -160. Nick, hit him game
Boom.
2.
Staying on the diamond, ladies and gentlemen, we got game 2, New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles going back to it. The Yankees -145 here on the money line. That total sitting at 9.5. And like I said, we're going right back to the Yankees here. They just scored 15 runs. They got Carlos Carrasco on the mound. He's 2-1 on the season. Many people like to fade him. Rightfully so, as he's not the best pitcher, but he's been very solid in his last 2 outings. Doesn't matter the rotation or who's starting here for the Baltimore Orioles. They continue to struggle getting off to good starts. I like this New York Yankees team to keep capitalizing. I know they scored 15 runs. I think they scored 10 here tonight. Give me the Yankees on the money line over the Baltimore Orioles. So for our first 2-team parlay, we were taking the Dodgers on the run line -1.5, and we were taking the Yankees money line at odds of +220. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head on over to our second 2-team parlay. Headed on the ice, we got the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning here. The Tampa Bay Lightning slight favorite at home, -115 here. The total sitting at 5.5. Tampa Bay, their season's on the line here. They are going to play everything they got, and they will be very aggressive here on the forehand. I'd like them to score a lot of goals in this matchup. Each time that these two teams have gotten together, only one game in this series has gone under. That was game 2 with a 2-0 win in the Florida Panthers. I expect a lot of goals here tonight. Give me the over 5.5 total goals in the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Griff, hit him with game 2.
Shifting back to the diamond, we got the Atlanta Braves -290 on the money line, rolling into Colorado to play the Rockies. Total sitting at 9.5. Chris Sale gets the start for Atlanta. Sale's off to a tough start, but we're all aware of how capable this guy is of dominance. Atlanta, they're scorching 8-2 in their last 10 games, currently on a 2-game winning streak. Atlanta has hit that early season jitters, and I believe this team is in synchronization now for the 2025 season. Let's pound the Rockies here. Take the Braves on the run line, odds of -180. So for our 2-team parlay, we'll be taking over 5.5 goals between the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we'll be taking the Braves on the run line, odds of +185. Now, before we get into our 3-legger, I have to touch up on this. I do it every show. I'm doing it again. Ladies and gentlemen, the system, the volatility. The whole point of this is because this is a volatile system, and we want to rip them when we're up, and we want to sustain when we're down. So if your 1% was $5 back in February 20th when we started this show, do not change a damn thing. Stay to the $5. And if your $25 was your 5% whale shot, you stick to the damn script. Right now, we're up 25% in the last 2 weeks. If you haven't rinsed your profits already, I don't know what the hell you're doing. We've told you over and over again, every single show. And I might honestly just start this show back up at 0% break even when this week ends. Haven't decided yet, but we need to get everybody back on the same track. So stick to the script, stick to the system, stick to the risk management. The risk management is the most important part of this system. Now getting back into action, let's get on that 3-team parlay. Shifting back to the ice, we got the Florida Panthers at Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning -115 on the money line, total sitting at 5.5. Tampa Bay, they've been inconsistent this entire series. They're now down 3-1 with their backs against the wall. Their season depends on it tonight. The line is sitting at -115 in Tampa Bay's favor. This is a game where you have to shoot a missile at who's the better team, who's been more consistent, who's been more deserving. That goes to the Florida Panthers in my eyes, that they've been the better team all series long, and they lead the series with a 13-9 goal differential. Give me the Panthers here on the money line, -105 to end Tampa Bay's season tonight. Nick, hit 'em game 2.
Game 2, headed on the diamond. We got the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates here. The Cubs slight favorite, -165 here. The total sitting at 8.5 here. The Cubs getting the win yesterday, man, 9-0 there. The offense continues to be one of the best here in the MLB to start the season. They're ranked first in the MLB in runs per game, averaging 6 runs here per game, while the Pirates, they rank 25th in the MLB here in runs per game. There's 2 average pitchers here on the mound. I'm taking the Chicago Cubs bats over this Pittsburgh Pirates team here on the offensive side of things. Give me the Cubs on the money line versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's head out to our third and final game of this 3-teamer. We got We got the Los Angeles Angels and the Seattle Mariners here. The total sitting at 8.5. The Mariners slight favorites -155. The Mariners got game one out of this series 5-3. The Mariners in their last 10 games, they're 7-3 here. While they face this Angels team who has absolutely fallen off a table in their last 10 games, 3-7 here on a 4-game losing streak. Tyler Anderson will take the mound here in the Angels. He's 2-0, but he gives up a lot of runs. Give me the Seattle Mariners in this game over the Los Angeles Angels for our third game. So for our 3-teamer, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking the Florida Panthers money line, we are taking the Chicago Cubs money line, and we are taking the Seattle Mariners money line at odds of +420. Now, let's go on over to our Hail Mary parlay. Headed back to the hardwood floor. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves here taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers -5.5 in this game. That total sitting at 209. The Lakers facing elimination in this game. The Timberwolves up 3-1 in this series here in Los Angeles tonight. You know Luka and James are going to come out here strong, scoring points. This Timberwolves team is not going to shy down, especially with Anthony Edwards. 43 points in the last game. I like this Minnesota Timberwolves to set the pace. You know the Lakers are going to score tonight. The Minnesota Timberwolves are going to keep up with these Lakers. Give me the over 209 in this matchup between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Lakers. Griff, hit him with game two.
Shifting back to the diamond, we got the Arizona D-backs rolling into New York to play the Mets. Mets -110 on the money line. Total sitting at 8.5. New York, they have been sensational this season. They've got a record sitting at 21-9. New York, they're also a stellar 8-2 in their last 10 games, currently rocking a 2-game winning streak and a blistering 13-1 at home this season. Arizona, on the other hand, they're 3-7 in their last 10 games. They've got some buying power here with Corbin Burns on the rubber. Burns, he's been a huge name in the bigs for years on end, but he's been brutal this season with a 4.05 ERA. I expect New York to sustain this MLB dominance, take another win tonight at a fair value -110 line for game number 2. Nick, hit him game 3.
Staying on the diamond, we got the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres here. Padres slight favorite -145 here. That total sitting at 6.5. The Padres picked up a win yesterday, 7-4 in that game. Now in game 2, they will have Michael King back on the mound. He's 3-1 this season with an ERA sitting at a 2.18. In his last outing, he got the loss against the Tampa Bay Rays there. I expect King to bounce back here at home, this offense to continue producing runs and finally getting a couple wins under their belt. I like these San Diego Padres to stay hot tonight against the San Francisco Giants. Take the San Diego Padres money line over the San Francisco Giants. Griff, close it down with game 4.
Closing it down, game 4. We're in NBA playoffs. We're on the hardwood. We've got the Golden State Warriors rolling into Houston to play the Rockets. Rockets laying 4 points, total sitting at 204.5. Golden State leads this potential 7-game series 3-1 right now. Houston, they're back at home with their backs against the ropes. Houston is a 4-point favorite tonight. We have a low total sitting at 204.5. Golden State, they're going to want to lock this series down tonight. And we're aware of their capabilities on offense. Houston, they have to score at least 100 points to win this game tonight. And I more than believe that they're willing to take up this task. Give me the over 204.5 points in this matchup, as I expect this to be an offensive shootout matchup. So for our 14 parlay, we're taking over 209 in that, or over 209 points between LA and Minnesota. We're taking the Mets on the money line. We're taking the Padres on the money line. We're taking over 204.5 points between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. This is odds of plus 1,055, ladies and gentlemen. And now, before we get the bow and the arrow out, we have to calm down for a second. Always, ladies and gentlemen, touch up on it every show, and I'm going to do it again. The comments, the feedback, the likes, the subscribe, all of that good stuff. Please continue to do so. It only helps us in the long run. Yesterday, I saw tremendous comments. Awesome feedback, great stuff. There's one comment in particular. I have to go back. I'll give you a shout out tomorrow. There's one guy who actually said something in the comment section yesterday that I did not get up to today's track, but I will go and do so and immediately touch up on it in tomorrow's show. But again, guys, all of that great stuff, we appreciate it. Please continue to do so. It only helps us in the long run. So yes. And if you guys like the show, give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. And just so you guys know, I'm going to repeat it again. This show is recorded Monday through Friday. We try to get it up by 1 p.m. Eastern time. So turn on those notifications. Every time we drop the Dirty 630 show, you will be notified. With that being said, get the bow, get the arrow. We're going to the ice, baby. We got the St. Louis Blues rolling into Winnipeg to play the Jets. Jets -185 on the money line. Total sitting at 5.5. We've got a low total here sitting at 5.5. That immediately tells us this game's going to be tight. We have a split series at 2-2, also another incentive. Winnipeg, they just got absolutely smashed in St. Louis and back-to-back games. Now Winnipeg's back home. They went 37-4 at home this season. St. Louis, they went 20-16-5 on the road. That's a big differential. Winnipeg, they have to break out tonight and win this game, get their heads right back and set, because they've got to head to St. Louis for game 6 and then come back home for game 7 if they don't win tonight. But that's not going to be the case. We're taking Winnipeg here. 60-minute money line, 3-way regulation. Odds of -105 is our bow and arrow shot, baby.
Boom! Let's go. Both teams have not lost on their home ice this series. I don't expect anything else to happen. Winnipeg looks to stay in control of this series, to stay having home ice in this series here. This is a big game for Winnipeg. I don't think they lose on their home ice. Give me the Winnipeg Jets on the 3-way here in regulation for our 5% whale over the St. Louis Blues. Boom, baby.
Let's roll, baby. Recap time. All right, parlay number 1. Take the Dodgers on the run line. Take the Yankees on the money line. Odds of +220. Parlay number 2, take the over 5.5 goals between the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and take the Braves on the run line. Odds of +185. 3-team parlay. Take the Panthers on the money line. Take the Cubs on the money line. Take the Mariners on the money line. Odds of +420. Then our 4-team parlay. Take over 209 points between LA and Minnesota. Take the Mets on the money line. Take the Padres on the money line. Take over 204.5 points between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. Odds of +1,055. And then our bow and our arrow, sharpen that bastard up, Nick. We're taking the Winnipeg Jets here. 60-minute money line, 3-way regulation. Odds of -105, baby. Boom! Blast that missile. Let's roll. And as always, we appreciate you guys continuously tuning in to the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. I am Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my right or left is Nick Menken. If you guys are looking for our premium selections, our absolute best bets for free, you want to swap, interplace, Nick's got a 7-unit on tap. What do you, Nick? 15 and 3 in your last 18?
15 and 3. We're hitting 83% in my last 18 selections. We are hot. We are ready.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Go get yourself a free $60 account. Head on over to DocSports.com/free60. Grab that free $60. Jump on the kids package today. If you don't like him, jump on my stuff. If you don't like either of us, well, we got 11 other cappers. But with all of that being said, the boys will be back in action tomorrow by 1 p.m. Eastern time. We appreciate you guys continuously tuning into the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. I am Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my left or right is Nick Menken, and the boys will be back in action tomorrow.